I'm Friendy, and today is Mystery Monday, so I'll be continuing with my playthrough of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Hi Macbeths, how you doing? Hope things are going good. Alright, so let's get back into it. Let's continue. Get some volume. There we go. Okay, so where were we? Ah yes, the chief of police. Oh, glad to hear that everything's going good. And yeah, things are going good with me. Thanks for asking. So, Damon Gant, as you can see, had nothing to do with the forgery. I think we're trying to figure out what piece of evidence to use here. I think the ID record might be one of the only things we can use against him. Let's press him on this again. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office. That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Okay. Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the court record. Okay. Worthy. Always the smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties him to forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Okay, link him to the incident. Okay, I think that's the correct place to present evidence. Let's go back to what he was saying. So, turning badge probably not gonna work. The ID card doesn't pertain to the old case, doesn't pertain to... kinda does. Possibly could work. Because he did remove part of the trophy. And part of the trophy could be the murder weapon. So the ID record would work, but it only pertains to the current case. Ow. Hi guys, how you doing? Hope things are going good. Screwdriver pertains to this case. Wouldn't the body be too heavy to use? Sorry for the late plushie. Oh no. Thank you for bashing my brains in with plushie. Okay, that pertains to this case. Scene of the stabbing. I believe that's the current thing. Yes. Oh. Wouldn't the body be too heavy to move? Yeah, it was also two bodies, and Marshall was skewered. So I don't know how strong she was, but she probably couldn't have done it quickly, and it would have helped if there was two people doing it. So that's something, but I don't know if I could present something like that. Okay, the lockers. Okay, so I cannot use the jar because I think it came from his safe, and I think it's being implied that I can't use that. Handprint doesn't help. Videotape doesn't help. This can just show that he was on the case, but I mean... It's Marshall's death, so that does pertain to the case, but I don't think that helps. The awards ceremony? I don't know if that counts. Half of this list was found in Gangsta, so I think we can't present that. We can't present this. Yeah, so maybe the trophy? I don't know, that's my best guess. I'll try it. Worst case scenario, I get deducted points here. This, okay. So... Alright, let's play dumb. See what happens when we play dumb. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. Okay, this did something. But he's not going to let us have it in the evidence record. But I'm afraid that is a claim you can't back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example. That's the list Emma Skye drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? And here we get hit. Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it, then? That you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? Now! Yes, Edgeworth! But he was fired. Oh dear. Hey Pokefan, how you doing? Hope things are going good. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. No! Not Gumshoe. He works so hard. Okay. Oh, showing up a bit late, but such is the sacrifice for good food. Ah, yes. Always worth it. Alright. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. What are you calling it? Are you older than the judge? What did I miss? Me being unable to figure out how to link him to forgery. Because I thought I couldn't show any evidence from his, office. But that was the correct thing to do. I guess I was trying to beat the game before it hit me with the... You can't use this evidence because it's clearly, you know, not properly entered into the court record for some legal reason. So, that's as far as we got, I think. Okay, so he's gonna explain everything. Let's see. What was it now? A jar fragment and a list? Ah, for all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Can't spell E. Can't spell overthinking without E. Yep. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Your spiky hair will be mine. Oh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Udgy. In return, though... I know. That place, right? Oh, is he even forcing him to go swimming? Huh? What are... these guys telepathic? Oh my goodness. Oh, and hello! Let me know if I say your name wrong. It was Von Karma. Amazing. E as in Edgeworth, yeah. Okay, let's see. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Let's press that. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. I wonder if this newcomer likes Phoenix Wright. Maybe. I think you might be onto something. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped Phoenix! Why? Why would you say this? Just agree with the man. Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're gonna need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Wright's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Okay. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. Can we? Okay. This piece of cloth tells us nothing. The list tells us nothing. Also, the random picture tells us nothing. Photo? No. 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 Okay. No. I don't really think I have anything that would prove based off of time. Unless the ID card record counts, but it's iffy at best. Okay, let's just try pressing. Keep pressing, yeah. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. Yes, please give me the hypothetical that I'm gonna take you down with. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act. Okay. Wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery. I'm not through speaking yet, righto? It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Okay. So, even if I prove that I found them in his safe 2 years later, he's saying doesn't work. They're basically worthless. Because Dark has already been convicted and executed. Okay. Alright, pressing. Are you saying the star fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. Was it not? Can I actually read the evidence list? For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. And wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know! Come on, Righto. Think about it. I'm trying! I have one singular brain cell and it's overworked and underpaid. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. How can you look at me in the eye? Oh wait, how can you look at me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Huh. Hey, you've got two, and we're installing the third. Give yourself some credit. Yeah. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there's one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Can I prove it? Phoenix, please tell me you have proof for this. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Ho! Ho! Ho. Merry Christmas. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? He's saying I'm kidding. Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable, sped up the inevitable a little. Jeez. Words hard. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway. Gah! Be careful when pointing that finger. Or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Friendship? Did you do it for the power of friendship? Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. I would throw anyone under the bus and drive over them repeatedly. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Oh, okay. Me, myself, and I. There is... there. It's out in the open now. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Okay. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Okay. Either Oracle. So let's press this. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl? Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Oh! I assume we point out accomplice? You know the chief of police declaring that he only cares about himself would be a media wildfire anyways, you... Like, he's not getting out of here without shoveling past pushy press reporters. Okay. Maybe accomplice? Point out accomplice? It feels like no just stops it off here. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Okay. Mr. Wright? It appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well, then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Okay. Himself? Maybe? Okay, so let's think about this pertaining to the case. The only people inside or on the case was himself. Jake out. I think Jake, wait. If he could blackmail the person he helped, that would make sense. Okay, so the only people on the case are Jake, Bruce Skidman, Lana Skye, Emma Skye, and Angel Star, right? So the only person, if we're thinking about blackmail, like you're saying, the only person who's clearly been blackmailed would have been Lana. Emma seems to be like just repressing her trauma and isn't really been interacting with him. Both Star and Marshall were fired, basically, being detectives. Bruce probably... He might have been able to blackmail him to get the evidence. Which is why which is why they went in together. But I'm gonna say probably Lana. It was Meekins! Of course! Look at this boy's face! How could you not help this boy? Of course, Meekins, it's so obvious. Okay, Lana? Probably Lana. I mean... Why is she so determined to take the fall? It's probably because she's being blackmailed. Yep. The obvious should be obvious, I think. Or should be the case. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye? The defendant? Yes. I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. You gonna confirm or deny? It was actually Larry Butts. But how could he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh my god. No. Oh, Judge, please. It's too early for this, even though it's the afternoon. Gee. Judge, beard is filled with lead. Yep. Oh, wait. You must mean puppet, as in someone forced to do his bidding. Yes. Never mind. Judge, oh my god, please. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto. My boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? No, because you're blackmailing her. What? Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Like a puppet? Worthy. You'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? 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 Oh boy, here we go. Order! 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 I said, order! You may have the power to appoint a chief prosecutor, but Edgeworth is the king of prosecutors. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. That's impossible. You can't touch him by royal decree. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easy-to-understand language. Easy-to-understand language. I'm putting the blame on Edgeworth. Phoenix. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Nah, it's impossible. That it's impossible. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder. Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Oh no. Okay, you're trying him for a crime. Just get his badge number now. It's going to be, yep, 7 7s. Okay, so if I am correct in this, which I think I am, we need the ID card paper. Which, just want to double check. Everything pertaining to the older case, yeah. Alright, here we go. ID card record. Objection! Sorry, take that! This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7 7s. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. That's your number? I got you. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. 7-digit code. 7 digits. You don't mean. I'm afraid so, Your Honor. I broke into his safe illegally using the code 7777777. I think that was enough 7s. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Order. Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? That eyebrow twitch. Oh. What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I pee where I like. I can go anywhere I want. Literally. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone. As I do with the evidence room. We still got a ton of evidence left, yeah. Detective Goodman wouldn't have Wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant? I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. Oh man. Goodman lost his ID. Yes! What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Oh, come on! Okay. Clearly it's the badge. Okay. Okay, I think it might be Goodman's lost item report, but I could be wrong. Yep, I really think there's nothing better than this I lost item report. Let's do it. Ha! Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or, to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He could have had... he would have had to give it to that report to the chief of police. Yet, yet you are in possession of the report. Which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes. To transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form too, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? Yes. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Wait, there's no other way the murderer and detective could have entered the room. Okay. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Yes, entirely. No doubt. 100%. I'm going to make Lana kill you right now. Exactly. But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done... Worthy. That's just rude. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. That is so true! What the heck? What is this, final boss time? Oh my god. Oh, I have friends in the prison system, right? Oh, I could come and go as I please. Oh, hey, Ixie Pixie, how you doing? Are you cracking the case? Yes. Trying very hard. Now, yeah, now it turns into Dark Souls. You can't. You didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime for no one in their right mind, okay? Would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. Oh. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Wait, and yet, Wright Edgeworth team up has just broken Grant's facade. Yeah. Okay. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you! Take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Didn't he ask Edgeworth to pick up some evidence? Exactly, he did. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue, just taking up space. What do you mean? How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant, use this. He used Edgeworth's car, but Edgeworth's car is not in the evidence record. We can switch with them. Don't take this too literally. Okay. So... Let's see. No, 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 no. 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 No, no. No? The scene? No. Okay, it could be the screwdriver. I just need to show Edgy was there. It'd be earlier on your evidence list. There you go. So, possibly the screwdriver? Because basically, it brings Edgeworth back. The IDs show Edgeworth came back. Just want to double check here. This doesn't help. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. Edgeworth's car. I don't think we literally have to show that. Okay, I'm gonna say it's probably the screwdriver. Show him your badge. Yeah. Screwdriver? This is how you move Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? Mr. Wright, are you saying he attached Goodman's body to a screwdriver and had the screwdriver take him to the parking lot? But what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... Thinking? Processing? Ah! I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Nice. It worked. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did. Because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean I am an accomplice? The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Oh my god! Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something! I believe... You believe what? Your time's up. My time's up? Am I going to die now? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special. What? But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of that body? Of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Oh boy. Time's up, the sniper is in position. No! I'm gonna have to deflect with my badge. Okay. So that was my alarm. So I will take a quick break and I'll be back in a few minutes. See you in a little bit. Alrighty, I am back and ready to continue. And hopefully we'll figure this out. And also, yeah, take this concrete proof, hugs a cinder block at his head. Oh, I love that. Ow! If only. Alright, so where were we? This court will not tolerate any accusation against him without concrete proof. Oh yeah, concrete proof! If only that worked. Okay. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body? Do I have any concrete proof? Oh no. I would assume yes, but I could be wrong. Hold on. Just in case. Let's just save. I don't trust that this is gonna... Okay, here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yo. Present evidence? I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. Yeah, we can't do that. Gotta keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor. I have some evidence. I do have such evidence. I just see him hiding under the desk, scribbling something on a piece of paper or something. Be like, look what this note says. It says, I, the chief of police, admit to killing Goodman. Or something ridiculous. Okay, then please hurry up and present it. Oh, just remember. It better prove Chief Gantz murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay. Okay, so let's think about this. Goodman's ID was placed there because of Marshall, probably. Doesn't prove anything. He did it with the Blue Badger. Yeah! Clearly! Wait. Okay, never mind. I thought the tape on his one hat piece wasn't there before, but it was there. It was there. Or maybe. No. The tape was taken after. We'll just assume. Okay. So the murder weapon okay, so let's think about this. So the King of Prosecutors trophy doesn't pertain to this murder at all. Whoops. The murder weapon wasn't actually the murder weapon. The timing doesn't help, I guess. Blue Badger doesn't help. This helps with the timing stuff. Goodman's note proves that Goodman wanted to take the stuff out of his locker. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma because she hid the evidence. Yeah, it kind of proves that she was hiding SL9 evidence. Parking lot just shows the blood splatter. This photo doesn't help. Happened when Lana, like, moved his body. This may or may not pertain, but it doesn't seem like it. Because this could be the actual murder weapon? Already used. No, no. Already used. Scene of the stabbing? No. Okay, what would be concrete proof, though? Because none of this feels like concrete proof. The broken knife, do you have prints? No. I mean, I feel like it's a proof of blackmail, because she didn't want the case brought back up. Because I think that's what Gant used to stab him with. Show them your badge now. The broken knife was what he used to kill him. That's what I mean. Like, that seems to be the most logical thing to show. But then again, when has this game been logical? And it is SL9 evidence, yeah. Okay, I'll try the knife, see how that works, because nothing else seems to really... Because it all feels kind of iffy. Like, if I say, like, the scene of the stabbing, you know, there was blood on the floor, and someone clearly died, that doesn't help. You do have a little LP left, yeah, so I can handle it. So, what exactly is this evidence? Okay, this might be good. It's proof as to whether or not that's enough to demonstrate the chief's guilt. I'll let you be the judge. But I am the judge. Oh, right. Well, what do you think, Your Honor? Please? What I think, Mr. Wright, is I'm going to be late for lunch. Dang it! What else is there? I guess it wasn't enough. Please, Your Honor, give me just a little longer to consider. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. I don't know. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body? That was the best proof I had! Oh no. I can't let him just... Okay. I do have such evidence. What is it? Please hurry up and present it. Just remember, it better prove Chief Gant murdered Chief Goodman Or, Detective Goodman, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I mean, in this case, the badge is as good as anything else. Wait, what? Oh, no. Are you saying that, like, we have no proof? Is that it? Okay, I got nothing. Okay, so is it wrong to try to find the evidence? Like, do we not, is the answer that we don't have the evidence yet? Is that it? Because I can't see what would work currently. Oh, man. This one is an exception to the rule for these kinds of questions. You do have nothing. Okay. Alright, then. I guess we can... Hold on. Let's present something. Oh. Show him your badge. Wait. Oh no! I screwed up! Okay, hang on. I will load. Okay. I have no proof yet. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. See ya, G. In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, G, I'll leave the rest to you. Oh, he's a ghost! Helpful of the game to tell you it's the final day. Yep. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. Uh-oh. This feels bad. Someone call Luigi. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Lady Luck? Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth? What do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth? Another witness? Phoenix, come on. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this person? Perhaps we shall ask Phoenix. Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Oh no. Have you forgotten? The defense is the one, damn it! Is one calling witnesses today. Oh. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth... Oh, let's go! I assume it's Lana. Please be correct. The defendant? That's right, Your Honor. Miss Lana Skye? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Yeah, let's go. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Huh? Wait, why are you here? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana? I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. Ha! This isn't good! Of course. You'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. Dang it! Stop it! He disappeared again! He's clearly a ghost! Even trying to dodge and stunt! Okay, if there aren't any further objections. You are threatening a witness in open view of the court. Threatening a witness right from the stand, bold. Also, she would be guilty of manslaughter, not murder. Yeah, exactly. This court is now in recess. Alright, defendant lobby number 2. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief. He's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe! You're okay! Ha, ha, ha. I'm not a detective anymore. No! Gumshoe! I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Ah, don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. What? My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean... Maya? Still. Looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. Chief, this is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Who's this? Ah! Our scientist is back! Emma! Are you okay?
Yeah. When I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry about what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. I did murder him. I actually hated him this whole time, I just didn't realize it. Something to do with his face. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all. Just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? Gumshoe, I swear. What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she's become so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. What? Explain!
Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery. But he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see. Wait. Okay, article 205 covering manslaughter in Japan is actually pretty harsh, but she might get a reduction under article 37? Nice! You get a reduction! Disclaimer, not a lawyer, this is just from a brief lookup of Japanese criminal law. Nice. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait here?
No. I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. This is crazy. All of this whole thing is crazy. Everyone's going to jail. I'm going to jail for trespassing and breaking into an office. Gumshoe might as well go with me because he was there. Edgeworth is going to jail for forging evidence. Emma's going to jail for murder. Her sister's going to jail for covering it up and being an accomplice. And David Gant's also going to jail. Is there anyone who's not going to jail? We're all screwed. Oh, also, Jake Marshall's going probably to jail. He did a lot of illegal things. I mean, I think Aji's most likely. Emma, what, 14, 15? Okay, maybe she's not going to jail, but, you know, there will be consequences. Alright, courtroom number 9. Now then. Wait. What if the judge is not actually a judge? He's just some random guy who's just been coming to the courtroom, who has a beard and a black bathrobe. And he's just been pretending to be a judge this whole time. He's going to jail for impersonating a judge. So she's a little too old to fall back on Article 41. Okay. This is a law. Will the defendant Miss Lana Sky please take the stand? Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course. The truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Tell the truth. Please.
Wait, be careful taking this too seriously. This is Japanese court and LA laws and rules follow the demands of the plot. That is true. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Oh boy. Come on, help us out. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago, all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
But Lana!
This is true. Then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright. You've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
What if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Can you not hear her in the background? The voice from within. That little sound, just a little bit.
Yeah, there's no time to start second-guessing myself. Wait, it's a kangaroo court, is what it is. Defense may now begin its cross-examination. Can't you hear the plan? I mean, Lana's screaming in agony. Oh, hi, Steve the Wizard. How you doing? Okay, let's do this. I worked alongside Gant for years. Objection! How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Oh, good to hear you're doing well. Waiting on a package of weird jerky? Oh, nice. Stuff with alligator jerky, kangaroo jerky, and salmon jerky? Oh, neat. Hope it's good. Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why. That's why what? There's no truth behind this blackmail theory. Nice. Been too long since I have had gator jerky. Oh, nice. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And... okay. Alright. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him.
Lana.
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? Okay. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Oh. It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. Wait. What? Wait. But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean... Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh! That was lying on the floor, a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Okay. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound? And then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I oughta ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body? Okay, so I think moving the weapon basically... So... would moving the body matter? Because planting the knife just proves that Dark did it. Phoenix, my head's not that bad. Wait, can I rephrase? Okay, why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was. By Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body? The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Okay. Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes. That wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So... when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened.
Neil Marshall was dead, and Dirk was lying unconscious.
In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that.
Your name is on the jar! There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely. Alone. Hey Lana, maybe became Emma for a bit. Oh no. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. I had nothing to do with Emma. Or it had nothing to do with Emma. Wait, did I use the voice? Wait, hold on, I might have screwed that up. So you rearranged the crime scene? Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence?
She's lying! She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened.
Yes, he used Emma's voice for when Alana's like, no! Dang it. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
Gotta get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay. It's the last one. Okay, wait. I think it's the jar. You know, there's something weird about the jar. Yeah. Let's go. Emma is written on it. Present. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly. So... And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Ugh. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Ah. Also, her name is on the jar. Why would he write her name if she wasn't the one who killed him? Order, order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something crucial here. Something critical. Oh, oops, critical. Chief Prosecutor. It seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Oh, thanks for coming by. See you later. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Oh. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room, and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin this cross-examination. Okay. Here we go, Jar. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as as the defense's case, but not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. It was dark. Didn't have time to check it. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case.
Lana! Wait, Lana, you do that for me?
It seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I know I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. Yeah, it's really top-heavy. How the heck did that stay upright for as long as it did? Yeah, I wonder that too. Okay, wiped away the blood just in case. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation?
Lana.
I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. Okay, so the fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light. Ha! And a camera with me. You saw her name on the thing!
Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
I never miss anything. I got every last piece.
Whoa!
Judge! Except one piece wasn't wiped off. Did you get them all, Lana? Yeah. Okay. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes. I don't have any excuse for my actions.
I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I've finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Even Emma is noticing the obvious contradictions now. Yep. Okay. The issue is the contradiction comes in with what she said. So she immediately noticed blood traces on the jar. Thank you for the water. So she saw it because she pulled out her light. Wasn't dark enough for you not to see it. Okay, so... do I present the jar again? Because clearly she missed one. That's a contradiction. The jar's the only thing that proves a missing piece. So... It makes sense, right? Like, can I really present the jar again? I guess I'll try it. Okay. Miss Sky, I believe this jar, conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was... still blood on it. What? The witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes. Which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Makes sense. I mean, he was running behind Marshall. Jar is a crucial piece of evidence in this case, yeah. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? Objection, Your Honor. She's a detective. How could she possibly miss it? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that? Yes. Yes, Your Honor, I can't. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying that person was Chief Gant. At the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Wait. Whoa! I mean, I can believe that with this judge in specific. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Oh. Darn. Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? We won't know until after the break. Sorry, that was my alarm. So I'm gonna take a real quick break, and then we'll continue this after and see what His Honor has to say to this. Be back in a few minutes. Alright, I am back and ready to continue and ready to hear his judgeness to answer whatever we just asked him. Let's go. Ow. Ow. Thank you for the welcome back, plushies. Alright, well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No. No. No! Oh, it's getting serious. Wait. I'm not the one on trial here. I don't have to answer to you, Phoenix. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. Wait, what? He proceeded to break the jar. Okay. And purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called? Forgery? This case is so much the judge had a breakdown scene. Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards. Isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet. Ah! Lana, don't bite your thumb that hard, jeez! No! I did it on my own.
Please, sis. Stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. That hand is gonna fall off at this rate.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Wait! No, I don't! Wait a minute. What if what? What if what? We're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, right?
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright. Scientifically proven.
Wait, Judge, how can you say that after all your history with Phoenix? I thought you were his friend. Uh-oh. One moment. Just gonna check something here. Uh-oh. Please tell me I didn't disconnect. Okay. I think things are good. Alright, yeah, I think things are good. I weirdly reconnected to the chat, so I hope that didn't disconnect. Yeah. Okay, good. That's good to hear. Alright, sorry. I will continue. Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Oh, snap. Oh, thanks for letting me know. It's good to hear that it's running smoothly. Okay. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. He's not in this room. He's merely an apparition. You saw him disappear earlier. Come on now. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Can't or won't. That's a good point. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Woo! Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. Goodness. Actual crime scene. So she's going to jail for perjury, if nothing else. Oh no. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. Oh. 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 So, if Marshall were killed, and, like, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, and then he wrote Emma's name, or did, I don't know. Why'd he break the peace? Maybe for insurance? He wrote Emma's name on the jar, and then picked Marshall up by the scruff of his neck and, like, impaled him on the armor? I don't know, sorry, I'm gonna... Theories are formulating in my brain. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Dum dum dum. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor spear? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. Yes? I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Lana must have known. See, Miss Wright, she really does have faith in you.
What? Remember what she gave you earlier? She gave me a book. Very well, Miss Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana says she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
Whoops. Look at this badge. Isn't it neat? Okay, sorry. I clicked way too quickly. Maybe if you read the book. Maybe. Like I said last week, the book is very important evidence. Ah, I see. Alright, here we got a book.
Look at this cute little... What is this, a duck? A baby chick?
Oh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I can what the? Hey, there's a picture here. Jeez. Wait, little fella, look at you Well, this is extreme.
Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted criminal affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Whoa! Okay, this doesn't look like healthy cuff blood. Pay close attention to the book. The law it covers will also be essential. Okay. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago, or from the case 2 years ago taken. Well, okay. Lana's picture inserted into the court record.
Gasp! Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be?
Oh. The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. That's a really weird, like, just random cut. That is, okay. Yeah, very important evidence, that book. Okay. What's this? This is a hand...
This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprints those are must be the real murderer.
What? But those fingerprints...
They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Oh boy. Actual crime scene. Excuse me? What? I didn't even get a second there to think. Oh my god. Go eat your lunch! God. Come on now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. I thought you were going to eat. Chief Gant. What? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. Yeah. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. Haha. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Gah! Oh boy. Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Yes. Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait. You mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone does. Or someone. So what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Wait a minute. Wait, remember the chief hid the cloth, so per case law, you can't present it until it's proven relevant to the case. No! It's not good. Hold on one moment. Get out of here. Okay. There we go. That's actually good. It's bad evidence? Oh, okay. Nice. This is good for your case. Okay. Sorry, slightly confused about everything. Okay, something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Uh-oh. You do not want to present him as guilty, yeah. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present the piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? No. Cannot show evidence. Right? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! You legally cannot present that evidence. It hasn't been approved by the police, and it's not proven to be relevant. Exactly! I stole it! It can't be a part of this case! Whoops! Chief can't? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I forged the scene and I put it in my safe. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Wright! Why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means the chief of police! Yeah, forged evidence. Jeez. Yes, pay close attention. Okay. Have been concealing evidence? This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Yeah. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? Okay. Weird that you had that Gant hiding evidence. Why would you do something like that? You know, to something that the cloth should have. Okay. Should have. Blood? Something's off. What? What, you mean... You admit to it? What's happening? What is happening? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. What the heck? He's admitting to it?
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she'd ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance! Of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Oh. Ho, ho, ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
Nope.
If I eat it, will it no longer be presentable?
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? You just now confirmed that those pieces of evidence are connected to the case. You can present it now. Oh. But consider the law. Okay. Alright. Wait. So, I'm confused. So he said that he forfeit his right to testify, right? Which means he can't make any statements to further the case along, right? Because he forfeited that. So is he trying to trick me to give the evidence because I can't present the evidence because I don't have permission that they're tied to the case? Is that the case? Okay. We'll see. Okay, that you were hiding the cloth, you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. He just both confirmed that they were connected to the case and gave permission to present them. Okay, so he did both of the laws. He tied it to the case and is also asking you to present it. Okay. But can he do that even though he gave up his right? Gant probably planted Emma's fingerprints, yeah. Now both rules are satisfied. So that means I can use the evidence. So I'm overthinking it, right? Okay. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have to, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then, before it was too late. It's been a long battle. Oh boy. But even if he's not able to give testimony, he is able to confirm evidence in his capacity as chief of police. Okay, so giving testimony and confirming evidence is two completely separate things. And he's still able to confirm evidence, but he's not able to testify. Okay. Thank you. That makes things a lot more clear. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Okay. Oh, save. Okay. So, I can show the evidence now. It would make sense, right? I can show it. I think. Okay. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Okay. Okay, now I'm confused. Because if... Should I just show the cloth? And what he just... Oh. Because he didn't say anything about the list. Yeah, the cloth. Okay. It feels wrong, but... I hate how this game is doing it. Oh. It's got absolutely no blood on it, while the rest of his vest was covered in blood. How could that have happened if he died when Emma pushed him? Remember, it was a contradiction. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It has blood. Okay. Definitely would have blood. Okay, present it. Okay. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of cloth, the victim's vest. Oh, yes! At least you finally brought it out. At last, you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean... it could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho ho ho. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that.
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. Oh my goodness. Because it wasn't relevant, yeah. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. Oh, big brain move! Big brain move incoming! You must do what you have to do, okay? The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is... I mean, it's Emma, right? Specifically? I don't... Okay. Right? Emma? Emma Sky? Yep, that must.
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why?
Why didn't you tell me? Because murder, Emma. You I didn't want to tell you you were a murderer. Like, come on. Ho, 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 ho. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it! How could you? You monster! I'm sorry. Because the handprint is relevant to the murder, yeah. Miss Sky. You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky. It's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Huh. But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. Oh. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Uh-huh. Phoenix, no, it's my bad. Get your own. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh? And what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real killer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? Nope. I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? Phoenix letting him cook. The burner is slowly going up. I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Oh! Oh wait, sorry. I thought that was my alarm. It is too early for my alarm. Thank goodness. Okay. Phoenix, you didn't really think this case would be that easy, did you get? Yeah. Okay, so the piece of evidence that contradicts the picture? Crime scene photo from the case taken 2 years ago? I assume so. Nick hitting him with that combo. One last thing. Alright. Is it this? And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Yep. Wait. There's no blood on it. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at the time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword? Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Of the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. That's amazing. It's finally all over. Is it? I don't know about this. Ugh. Objection! Oh, that was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean? You refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. About that. Order. Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji. Earlier, old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Oh, this is... Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, the piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Ho, 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 ho. Oh my goodness. The at this point in time bit is important, yep. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Mr. Edgeworth? True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? Okay, gotta be careful. This is a big one. Ooh. It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright? Do you admit to it? That you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hold on. This is scary. Nope. The plan we definitely had. I guess it's a no because it wasn't illegally concealed. It was legally concealed. Big difference. I admit, I refused to present it at one point. Haha! Take his question literally. You did not illegally do so. Yeah. So, the evidence is illegal. Wait, what? I'm confused. Now, it wasn't purposeful. You just couldn't present it yet. It wasn't relevant, yeah. No, it wasn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean? You couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Aji. Don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe... There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Book? Right? I present book? The chick says it all. This is my proof, Your Honor. Oh, please be correct. Present the law. Yep, throw the book at him. Your Honor, evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework. Too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Oh, sweating now, aren't you? Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself. Inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between this cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall? When was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. Oh. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes! Haha! Oopsie! No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Oh, Damon Gant. The killer was you. I think he broke. I think we broke him. Are you doing good? I knew I should have gotten rid of him. Nah, he's fine. That good-for-nothing scum. What? Why Jake? For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insists on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Jake wouldn't let the case go. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Detective Goodman. And that's why he killed him. Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find the truth. Please, you've gotta help me. Oh, man. Goodman turned him down. And he oughta to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. And we were all alone. With a knife. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the can you please oh my god. Could you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. Well. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to handle all this. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife. Ooh. Detective Goodman being a good man. Yep. Who would have guessed? I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worried so much about the floor I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry. I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Grrr. Leaving the prosecutor's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this? Well, she had so much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. Well. No. Okay. They all did their best to get in my way. And unfortunately, that is my alarm. So I'll have to stop for now. I feel like we're pretty close to the end, but I do not know how much time until the end, so I will continue this next week. Also, ow, wait. Oh no! I think, some issues may have occurred. I did not see a plushy fly there. No, yep. Okay, I think my stream did disconnect and it caused some issues. Okay. Yep, it doesn't seem to be working. Alright. Well, for now, I will put on my schedule. And I will see if I can fix this for next stream. So, I stream from Fridays to Mondays, 2 times each day, and approximately 4 hours from now, I'll be playing some Ghost Trick. For Monday. Oh, wait. If my 2 cents are worth anything, by the way, have you considered a hat in time as your new Sunday morning game? Okay, I'll look into it. I feel you and Hat Kid are kindred spirits. Okay. So next Friday, I'll be playing some Final Fantasy VII and Dishonored Death of the Outsider. Saturday will be Project Zomboid and Control. Sunday, I'm still deciding on that. And for the first stream, Control will be the second stream. And more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney on next Monday's early stream. Alright. So thank you so much for coming. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And I hope to see you again. Alrighty. Bye!